Now full screen I have done. Is it visible?
Yes, 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 sir.
Okay, thank you, thank you. So yesterday we spoke up to this point, if I remember. Okay, so we were talking about ordering cost, inventory carrying cost. We spoke about, and we are going to speak about, discuss about this particular part. Okay, this particular part, which is called as opportunity cost of holding the inventory, or when you are investing in the inventory, then your funds are getting blocked. Your funds are getting blocked. So because of this reason, what will happen? You are losing your opportunity cost. You are losing your opportunity cost. So now, what is opportunity cost? What is opportunity cost? That is what is going to be the point what we are going to take up. So now, for example, uh, when, for example, the company has purchased some, in the last session we spoke about the Tata Motors purchasing some 120 crores of tires, 120 crores of tires from MRF, from MRF. So what is happening? These funds, they are giving it to MRF, and the funds, uh, and then they have invested this 120 crores in inventory, and this inventory, it will remain in the inventory for at least 1 month or 2 months, something like that, like in the form of raw material, in the form of work in progress, and in the form of finished goods, in the form of finished goods. So your money of 120 crores plus some conversion cost, assuming it is some 30 crores extra for conversion into finished goods, your 150 crores is going to be blocked in various stages of production, like raw material, work in progress, and finished goods. So 150 crores when it is getting blocked, 150 crores when it is getting blocked, it's not a small amount which is getting blocked, and it is getting blocked for 2 or 3 months. 2 or 3 months. Now, everybody on this earth will think that if I would have invested this 150 crores in some other investment avenue, like they could have invested in real estate, or in a stock market, or in mutual fund, they could have got something more, something in place of this. So we have to find out what is that I am going to lose if I am going to invest my 150 crores of money or capital in raw material, work in progress, and finished goods. And this is called as opportunity cost. Is that you are losing one opportunity. You are losing one opportunity. So what is that you are lost, and what is that you are going to gain from this particular transaction? You have to find out. For example, what do you mean by opportunity cost? I will give you. For example, you are having 12 hours at your disposal throughout the day. Now now you are spending time in a particular business where you are employing your energy, your time. Now your headache is, like, I am investing my time in this place, in my business, and what is that I am losing my education. So this is the opportunity you have lost. This is the opportunity what you all lost. So you have to find out the cost of losing this one, at the cost of this particular one. This is the opportunity cost, we call it in our costing. So next one is shortage. So next one is shortage. Now what do you mean by shortage? Now, for example, if you go to a big showroom, a showroom of Tata Motors or Hyundai, a big showroom of Tata Motors or Hyundai, then what is that you are observing? You are observing that in the showroom there are cars. There are few cars for demo purpose. There are few cars like Model 1, Model 2, Model 3. 1, 2, 3, 4 cars. And you go to another showroom, the customer is going to another showroom. Here, in the showroom, he is finding the similar agency, but there are more number of models, Model 1, Model 2, Model 3 car. Like there are 8 to 10 cars, very, very different models. So here, because of this reason, you have kept you have kept only four models of cars here, but in this case you have kept, in the other case, in the other the competitor has kept eight models in the showroom. So because of this reason, what is happening, the customer is not satisfied here, and the customer is telling that, okay, let's visit this particular showroom and see the different models. So what has happened, because of shortage, you're losing a customer. In this case there was a shortage of models, and that's the reason the customer is moving to this place. So this shortage has an impact on the psychology of the customer, and at the same time you can lose your customer base also. So you have to have a proper trade off. You have to have a proper trade off. Trade off means ज्यादा रखूंगा तो क्या होगा, कम रखूंगा तो क्या होगा, and you have to do some decisions. You have to take decision. In decision science, like for example, if I remember, there is something called as minimax, maximax, so on and so forth, Hodges model. All these models are used to calculate what is the profitability I'm going to lose if I am keeping one, two, three, four, five. So decision science comes into picture. There is a subject called as the decision science or quantitative analysis or statistics. In statistics, we have a subject and decision making under uncertainty. So you have to apply that particular rule over this place, that particular tool, and find out what is that you are going to lose and what is that you are going to gain. What is the minimum you are going to lose? What is the maximum you are going to lose? You are going to gain, and all that stuff. So because of shortage, you are going to lose the customer. At the same time, if you are investing too much in too many models, what is happening? Your money is getting blocked. Your money is getting blocked. So you are losing your opportunity cost investing the same amount somewhere else. So these two go hand in hand. So how much you should have, how much you should not have, how much you should have minimum, what is the maximum, and what is the optimal. That is what is the objective. That is what you are going to lose. So shortage, because of shortage, there can be a cost. The cost is in the form of losing a customer. So hope that you have understood ordering cost, inventory carrying cost, opportunity cost, and shortage. Because of shortage of inventory, maybe raw material, maybe work in progress, and maybe finished goods. You are, because of reasons like this, shortage of raw material, work in progress, and finished goods. You have to temporarily suspend or stop your production because of shortage of raw material. And at the same time, if there is a shortage of finished goods in the market, the customer is not satisfied with the range of models or quantity offered, and he's dejected, and you lose a customer. So these are the different types of costs of holding inventory. Ordering cost is if you place an order. If you place an order, there is a cost involved in it. If you are holding a cost, this is also called as inventory carrying cost. Inventory carrying cost is also called as inventory holding cost. Please remember it. Please remember, inventory carrying cost is also called as carrying cost is also called as inventory holding cost. Means if you want to hold your inventory, then what are the costs which are involved in holding this this inventory, or in carrying this inventory in the system. So yesterday I told you various items which are linked in carrying your inventory in your godown from placing order till the time it goes into production. So all these costs have to be minimal, have to be optimal. So the point what I'm using is the cost should be optimal. The cost should be optimal. The cost should be optimal. The cost of inventory carrying, the cost of inventory cost should be optimal. Means it should not be, there should not be shortage, and there should not be what you call heavy investment in inventory. You should have a optimal inventory, I'm calling it. So when I'm using the word optimal inventory, or inventory cost should be optimal, then we use the word EOQ. Now, what do you mean by EOQ? Today, if time permits, we are going to do a small problem on EOQ, that is economic order quantity. Economic order quantity. You can expect a question in your examination, or a problem and a theory on economic order quantity. Okay, we will do a small problem when time permits. Okay, next one. Now, risk of holding inventory. What are the risks which are associated in holding inventory? I think you are able to see the screen. Please respond yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, risk of holding inventory. Risk of holding inventory. Now, price may decline if you are holding. If you are holding too much of inventory, too much of inventory, probably because of market conditions, the price may decline. For example, I remember that there was a there was huge production of sugar. Huge production of sugar. There was huge production of sugar in India, and the retailers and the retailers and wholesalers hoarded, hoarded, hoarded means stocked, stock को pile up करना, hoarded thousands of quintals in the anticipation that the price will shoot up. But on the contrarian, what happened was, as the as there was a bumper crop, and because of this there was a bumper production, there was a huge supply of sugar in the market, huge supply of sugar in the market. The prices fall down, the prices fall down the prices fall down. So the raw material cost has fallen down. The cost of the raw material cost and the so-called finished product which they have stored has fallen down, and this can have a huge impact on the profitability of the company, so please remember that if you're there is an element of risk in holding the inventory, and the element of risk is price decline. If there is a price decline in the raw material cost or in the finished product, it can have an adverse impact on the business fortunes and the profitability of the company. So you need to be very calculative. You need to forecast, and there are so many forecasting techniques which can be adopted. And I think in economics you have learned a lot about forecasting techniques. So another example I will give. For example, for example, for manufacturing of paper, there is a company by name Padamji Pulp, and it is there in Pune. In Pune, in near our college, in near to Wakarwadi, or near to Jange Chowk, there is a paper mill called as Padamji Paper. Okay, the raw material for paper is it is there is a word for it, and it is extracted from wood. We call it as uh, plump, if I remember. Okay, I'm not able to recall. There is a plump, we call it. Okay, raw material. Now what they did is they stored huge amount of this raw material in the anticipation that the raw material will not be available, and it can hinder the or it can hinder the process of production because of shortage of raw material. They were anticipating like that, there will be a shortage of raw material, which can, if raw material is not supplied to the production center in time, then the production gets hampered. So stored they stored this raw material which is manufactured for paper in quintals, like 1 lakh quintals, or 10 lakh quintals, like that, at an average rate of 40 rupees per quintal. Now, what has happened subsequently, after 1 month or 2 months, it was found that there was some abundant supply of this raw material, and the raw material cost declined to 30 rupees. The raw material cost declined to 30 rupees. Now, at what price they have purchased? At 40 rupees. Now, what is the raw material cost? It is 30 rupees. So, your production cost is going to decrease. Your production cost is going to be impacted to the extent of 10 rupees negative. So this is very bad situation. So you have to anticipate the price declines of raw material as well as the finished goods. For example, on the contrarian, finished goods is the paper here. उन्होंने क्या किया? They manufactured from this raw material paper, and they stored paper in the anticipation that the paper prices will increase, and they stored some 10 lakh quintals of paper, 10 lakh quintals, and the cost of manufacturing was like 30 rupees. But eventually what happened, because of sluggishness in the market, the price of the paper fall down to 20 rupees, the market price. Now they are compelled to sell this at 20 rupees, and thereby they are losing 10 rupees per, something like that. So price decline can have a huge impact on your raw material costing as well as finished goods costing. So you need to be able to anticipate and forecast and predict the movement in the prices of the raw material, the finished goods, and the work in progress also. For example, today today I'm telling you we are in the year in the period of a pandemic. We are in the period of pandemic, and in this pandemic what has happened, there are real estate projects going on, real estate projects going on. And for the last 6 months, because of a shortage of raw material like cement, steel, and shortage of labor, they have to stall or stop the construction activity, the stall and stop the construction activity. And because of this, what has happened, they have to they are losing, they have invested so much in the land, building, and plant machinery by taking loan. And what has happened because of this, the interest burden has increased. So eventually what will happen, the prices what you are going to price for the product, final product, is going to increase. So any decline, any systematic or unsystematic problem in production is going to have an impact on the cost of the project, and the cost of the project is impacting your price also. So that's the importance of it. Another example I will give you, very very important, very important is, so in the last 6 months, we have witnessed during this pandemic, during this pandemic, the petrol prices, the crude oil prices, the crude oil prices have gone down to around $40 per barrel, which is, the crude oil is the raw material for petrol, diesel, kerosene, and other allied items, kerosene and other allied items. Okay, now what has happened because of this, they were previously at around, the raw material was around $80 per barrel. Now it has gone down to $40. So the cost of manufacturing this petrol has also gone down. So what has happened because of this, the prices have remained same, the profit margin has increased. So you have to anticipate this kind of things. Like for example, the crude oil prices are going to have an impact on the finished product. Next one is, so we have understood this. I have given the example of sugar cane, sugar, um, and paper manufacturing, plump we call it, and the crude oil as a raw material for manufacturing petrol, diesel, and kerosene. So this is the way we can anticipate, this is the way we can think that yes, this raw material cost and work in progress cost and the prices are going to impact the profitability margin and other aspects. Now next one is product deterioration. Next one is product deterioration. Yesterday I told you about product deterioration, if you remember. For example, this is a fruit vendor, this is a fruit vendor, this is a fruit vendor, and he has stored apples, bananas, bananas, and another example is your grapes. And the weather has become cool and cold. Now because of this, what has happened, the demand has dramatically decreased. So people will not accept this kind of material or fruits in times when the climate is there is a rainy season, or a it's a winter season. So this, there will be product deterioration, and because of this you are going to lose your investment in what you have made in this kind of inventory. So there can be product deterioration also. Again, another example I will give you, you can easily understand product deterioration. Now there are so many business or corporate magazines. For example, we have something called as Business World. We have something called as Business World. Business World is a magazine. We have Business World, Corporate Finance, or India Today, Corporate Finance, or India Today, India Today, India Today, or so many other magazines. Now they are covering the news in this particular periodicals. In these particular periodicals. Now whatever they have printed, like for example, they have printed this particular, they have printed 1 lakh books or pieces or units. They have to sell at the earliest before the new the new business, the new news comes into picture, because they want to sell as soon as possible. So the life, the shelf life of this particular product is only 5 to 10 days. So within 5 to 10 days you have to sell. So there is otherwise what will happen, product will deteriorate, and there is a obsolescence also, because it is now old, and nobody will accept it. Another example I will give you. So inventory should be managed properly. You have to be very judicious, you should be very intelligent, and you need to be very careful in handling investment into inventory. Another example I will give you. Another example is your fish items, fish items. So this can sustain, for example, if they are able to sustain for only 5 days, 5 days, then you have to sell these goods within 5 days. Otherwise, the condition of this material will deteriorate and nobody will accept it. So everywhere this problem is there, whether it is a two-wheeler. For example, product obsolescence in case of a two-wheeler. टू व्हीलर में अगर आउट मॉडल है, ये आउटडेटेड मॉडल है, so nobody will accept it. So you have to replace it with a new model which is there in picture, which is there in vogue, which is there in fashion. So product obsolescence and product deterioration are very important, for as they are considered to be having high risk. So hope you have understood it. Next one. Now we are coming to the very important topic of the day. The very important topic of the day, which is what are the various tools and techniques of inventory management. Various tools and techniques of the inventory management. First one is ABC analysis. Second one is the economic order quantity. Third one is reorder point level. They all this is having, it is a formula based inventory control technique tool. This is also uh, a inventory control technique tool, having a numerical application and formula, and these are all general we are going to talk about. So two bin technique, vital, essential and desirable, and slow moving, fast moving and slow moving, just in time, and high, medium and low kind of inventory classification is done. Inventory classification is done. So these are widely applied in various industries to control cost, to control these risks of to control these risks of price decline, product deterioration, and product obsolescence. So we will see one by one now. Now, first one is ABC analysis. First one is ABC analysis. I will give you small example before I go into what you mean by ABC analysis. Okay, so I will give you a small example. So there is a company by name Boeing. Boeing is into the manufacturing of aeroplanes, aeroplanes, and in aeroplanes there is a huge amount of raw material or components which go into the manufacturing of this aeroplane. Okay, one is you should have engines. You should have engines. Number one. Number two, you should have tires, popularly, and you should. The third one is nuts and bolts. Okay, just for the purpose of taking an example, I'm talking, but there are so many other components which are going into the manufacturing of Boeing aeroplane. So what did I do? I classified the components or the elements which go into the manufacturing of aeroplane, which is used by Boeing, are engines. There are at least 10 engines which are used into the manufacturing of aeroplane. Tires, you require some tires before it lands and before it takes off, and nuts and bolts. So many nuts and bolts are used into are fastened to manufacture the finished product, which is aeroplane. So what did I do? I classified these products into three categories. If you look carefully, I have classified into three categories. Okay, engine, number one. Number two, tires. Okay, just for example purpose I am taken. And number two is number three is nuts and bolts. Okay, now nuts and bolts. So Engines, how many engines are required? 8 engines are required. 8 engines have tires. So for example, okay, don't take it otherwise. Some 80 tires are required for the manufacturing of aeroplanes. Nuts and bolts, can you count how many nuts and bolts which go? No, it's not possible. I am assuming 10 lakhs. I am assuming 10 lakhs. Now, so what did I do? Engine, I required engine is 8, tires are 80, and nuts and bolts are 10 lakh units. 10 lakh units. Now, one engine is some 20 crores. One engine is 20 crores. So, total value of the engines which go into the manufacturing of one aeroplane is 160 crores. 20 into 8 crores, 20 into 8 engines, 20 crores into 8 engines is 20 crores. Is 20 crores into 80, 160 crores. Number one. Number two, 80 tires are required. 80 tires. 80 tires are required. Okay. Now tires, I assume each tire is some 1 lakh rupees. Each tire is 1 lakh rupees. 1 lakh rupees is each tire. So to manufacture a particular aeroplane, you require rupees 80 lakhs or 1 crore approximately. I will take 1 crore. Okay. Now nuts and bolts. Nut and bolt each cost 2 rupees to 20 lakhs rupees. So what has happened now? Look, if you look very carefully, this eight particular engines are costing 160 crores, and 8 lakh tires is costing some 1 crore, and this nuts and bolts running into 10 lakh units is costing 20 lakh rupees. Now, this is high volume, high volume. This is high volume. This is high volume. These nuts and bolts are high volume but low value. They got low value. Number one. Number two, these engines are low volume. Low volume. बोले तो आठ ही चाहिए. Low volume or low quantity, but value is 160 crores. High value. High value it has got because it has they have to invest 160 crores. What about these tires? Medium volume and medium cost of 1 crore. Medium cost of 1 crore. So what did I do? I divided the whole inventory into three categories like this, which you are seeing in the PPT. I will show you the PPT now. I will show you the PPT. Look at the PPT. If you look at the PPT, what I did, I categorized the discussion or the elements of inventory which is going into the manufacturing of the aeroplane into three categories, which are A, B, C categories. So ABC analysis is nothing but ABCT. We are classifying the inventory into three categories. One is A category, one is B category, and the last one is C category, which is uh, let's expand these categories of A, B, and C. Let's expand the categories of A, B, and C. So now I will take the same example. 8 engines, and what was the value? It was 160 crores. Now this is A category. So management, we will see this later. Now number 80 tires, 80 tires, 1 crore rupees. 1 crore rupees. And last one was, if I remember, it is 10 lakh bolts, 10 lakhs nuts and bolts, and it was some 20 lakh rupees. Now, the total cost is how much? 161.2 crores. So, if you find out the percentage, this is 1, this is 2, and this is almost 99 percentage. This is almost 99 percentage out of 100% of the total cost. Total value of the inventory, 99.99% belongs to A category. 99% of the volume value belongs to A category, and some 0.85 percentage belongs to B category, and the remaining 0.1% value belongs to the C category. As far as value is concerned, as far as value is concerned. So hope you have understood it. Hope you have understood it. Now next to talk about items, the number of the quantity of items of ABC, the number of quantities of ABC which are used in the manufacturing of the finished product. In our case, it was aeroplanes we are talking about. Now here, what is the total? You require 8 engines, 80 tires, And if I remember, 10 lakh nuts and bolts. Total, how much you require? 10 lakhs 10 lakhs 88 are the total if I am doing it. Out of this, this is how much? Almost 99.999 percentage. This is 0.0 I will call it as a 5%, and the remaining is 0.00001%. Total 100%. Means what? This is, as far as items is concerned, is low item, less number of items, but high value. This is medium quantity but medium value, and this is high quantity, high volume business, and but the value of it is very low. The value of it is very low. So what you should, what as a manager of the materials or purchase manager should do, or the stores manager has to do, he has to concentrate not on these items, not on these items. You should not concentrate on these items. Rather, put his concentration and cost to be controlled over this place, because this is almost 8 engines and 160 crores, and the total was 161 crores only. So 99% either paisa lagaya. So you should to take care of this one, because these are less number in units but maximum in value. So you, as a the manager of the company or the director of purchases or stores or production, you should put your efforts, intelligence in controlling cost and taking care of these items. This is the way you are classifying the items on the basis of the number of the quantity going and the value of goods. So the category is ABC and ABC, and the technical tool or technique of inventory management is called as ABC analysis. ABC analysis. So that is what I have written here. So that is what is in the PPT. If you look at the PPT here, the value is very high. The value is very high. Number one, in case of A category, case of A category, the value is very high and the quantity is very less. In case of B, it is moderately valued, but moderate at the same time, moderate number of items are there. And in C category, there is a huge inventory in running into quantities, huge quantity, but the value is very so the value is very less and the volume is very high. So this is the way you have to classify your product in the company where you are working. So hope you have understood. I will give one more example. I will give you one more example. The example goes like this. The example goes like this. The example is, now if you go to a hotel, there are, again you can classify the goods on the basis of this one, which is ABC analysis. So this is high quality, low quantity, high value. This is medium quantity, medium value, and this is low value but high quantity. So in this case, when I'm talking about hotel, it is I will call it as onions. Okay, onions. How many onions are required? 50 kilos of onions are required, and 1 kilo is some 5 rupees. So 250 rupees is the total onions. Number one. Number two is other items, like for example rice. Rice you require 20 kilos. 20 kilos rice, each at 200 rupees, so 400 rupees. Now you are manufacturing cashew nut palau. Cashew nut palau. So you require cashew nuts, which is, for example, 1 kilo, and each kilo is some 750 rupees or 750 rupees. So what has happened? What did I do? Did classify the product. I did classify the product in case of a hotel industry also. In the hotel industry also, on the basis of the goods which are going into the manufacturing on the basis of ABC analysis. If you look carefully, this is what I have done. So hope you have understood it. Hope you have understood it. Hope you have understood it. So next one, another example I will give you. Another example I will give you is, for example, if you go to a kirana shop, all the unwarranted items like potatoes and onions are kept outside near the at the entrance of the at the entrance of the kirana shop, whereas biscuits and other items are kept somewhere far. And the last item, which is the costliest item, which is in less quantity, is cashew nuts and badam and pista. and other items related, they are in less quantity, but it is kept near the owner's cash box. So there also ABC analysis is adopted. So categorizing the goods on the basis of the quantum and the value, we can do it by using ABC analysis. Hope you have understood it. Next one is economic order quantity. Hope you have understood. Please reply yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Next one is economic order quantity. Now, yesterday I gave some small hint about economic order quantity, but today, within 20 minutes, I will clarify this particular concept, which is very very important. Now, I will give a small example. Please listen carefully. Okay. Now, Tata Motors is there and MRF is there. MRF is there. Tata Motors is purchasing from MRF tires. Okay. Now this guy is giving and placing an order of one unit of one tire. Okay. So the tire cost is some 5,000 rupees, and then this particular plant is in Madras or Chennai, we call it, and this is in Pune. Now this fellow will send it by courier or by logistics, by transportation, and the transportation cost is 50,000 rupees. And yesterday we have seen there are some other elements like insurance, which is 5,000 rupees, loading and unloading charges, which is 1,000 rupees, and this particular tire is kept in a big what do you call go down, and the go down rent is 1 lakh rupees. Now, is it worthwhile to put an order for one unit? Because if you put an order for one unit, what is happening, the basic cost was 5,000, but the other costs are like this: 5,000, 50,000, 5,000, 1,000, and some 1 lakh rupees. So it is becoming one unit of 5,000 is becoming now around almost 1 lakh 60,000. So one tire you are purchasing for 1 lakh 60,000 rupees. So is it a judicious business? Are you applying your common sense? No, the purchase manager is not having common sense. The cost of one unit is 5,000 rupees, and after considering all this cost, it has become 1 lakh 60,000 rupees. So it is not worthwhile to order 5,000 one unit at any point of time. So order is not equal to one, should not be equal to one, because 5,000 rupees has now become 1 lakh 60,000 rupees. So you are doing a mistake. You are doing a big mistake. You are committing a blunder. So you should not commit that kind of a blunder. Now, this is one case. This is the first case. Now look at the next case. Now look at the next case. The next case is like this. Case one is you ordering only one unit. Now case two. Case two is Case two is you are ordering full year requirement of tires of some 12 lakh tires, 12 lakh tires from MRF. Now 12 lakh tires, what is happening? 12 lakh tires. So 12 lakhs into some 5,000 rupees per unit. Some, I don't remember now what is the calculation. I will approximately say it is 600 crores. Number one. Number two, transportation for 5 lakh, 12 lakh units, which are required for as an this particular 12 lakhs is used annually, but they are purchasing in a stroke. At a stroke, they are purchasing, and the transportation cost is some 50 crores. The insurance cost is 10 crores, and now they are taking a very very big particular what you call go down to store them once they are received from the vendor, and they are paying some 50 crores for this. So now what is happening? There's the cost is also now also it's not low, or it's very high, because once you're placing a big order, the cost is also not the cost of inventory carrying cost or ordering cost also is not optimal. It's very high. So what is suggested is you have to find out an optimal quantity which can be ordered and purchased at any given point of time. So what does it mean? It means that you have to should not purchase in bulk, neither you should purchase minimal, You should go for an optimal order, which you have to put an order to the to the vendor, and this can minimize your cost. This can minimize your cost of inventory carrying cost as well as inventory ordering cost. So what does economic order quantity say? Economic order quantity says that what is what is the order you should go for at any period of time. How much you have to order? What is how much to order at any period of time? How much to order? Number one. Number two, the intentions are very clear. I want to reduce my reduce my inventory carrying cost. I want to reduce my or optimal inventory carrying cost should be there. Inventory carrying cost. Number two is obsolescence. You remember. Number three is deterioration. You remember that. Just a moment, okay? Hello, प्रेम सर बोलो ना जल्दी. Okay, now are you able to hear?
Yes, sir.
Are you able
Yes,
to
sir.
hear? Okay. Now there was a call from Prem sir. Okay, reduce your inventory carrying cost. For example, one of my friend is doing cashew nuts business, and he has assumed that there is going to have a demand of 80,000 kilos during the year. Now, will he purchase all 80,000 kilos in one stroke? No, because he has to store it. He has to invest in this particular invest in this particular amount from your you call. Okay, so it's not optimal. So at a time you're purchasing 80,000 or purchasing 1 kilo is wrong. You have to give an optimal what do you call order, so that you can what do you call there is a proper trade-off between inventory holding period and inventory carrying cost. Okay, another example I will give you because it's very important concept. I will just give one more example. Okay, very important concept. You should use it because you have opted for inventory management as your specialization. That is operations and supply chain management. You have to remember this very important. Now, I will give you another example. Is for example fish. Somebody is doing a business of fish. So he has anticipated during the whole year the total demand is something like 1 lakh kilos of fish. 1 lakh kilos of fish. Now will this is the annual demand. बोले तो इनके जो कस्टमर्स है वो पूरे साल में कितना डिमांड करने वाले हैं 1 लाख. Will he purchase 1 lakh kilos from the vendor? It is wrong because he can't store it because there are risks like there is storing cost, inventory carrying cost, inventory holding cost, inventory ordering cost, and obsolescence is also there, and even there is a element of damage or deterioration in the quality. Will he give 1 kilo order every day? It is also wrong. So he should be in between these two figures, extreme figures के बीच में रहना चाहिए. And this extreme figure can be calculated by using some graphical method, mathematical method, and that method will tell you what is the optimal quantity you have to order and place and store your goods. And the formula is the full form of it is economic order quantity, and the formula is you can remember or you can put it in your mind or you can by heart it. It is 2AO by C. 2AO by C. Now I will expand. I will expand what you mean by 2AO by C. I will just wipe out and then I will tell you how to remember and what is the full form of A, what is the full form of B, O, and what is the full form of C. A, O, C. You can just note down on a piece of paper. This is annual consumption. This is annual. A stands for annual consumption of the raw material. Number one. Number two is ordering cost per unit. Ordering cost per unit. Ordering cost per unit. O stands for ordering cost per unit. Number three, C is ordering cost per order. Okay, sorry, ordering cost per order. Per order. Number one, number two, number three. C is inventory carrying cost per unit. Inventory carrying cost per unit. Carrying cost per unit. Inventory carrying cost per unit. Very important. Or inventory carrying cost is also called as inventory holding cost. इन्वेंट्री को होल्ड करने के लिए जो कॉस्ट लगता है उसको बोलते हैं इन्वेंट्री होल्डिंग कॉस्ट और इन्वेंट्री कैरिंग कॉस्ट. नाउ what does the economic order quantity, what is the objective? The objective of inventory carrying cost is very very important, is that they want to optimal, it wants to optimize both ordering cost and inventory carrying cost. It want to optimize both ordering cost as well as inventory carrying cost. Very very important, these two words. Okay. Now, how do we will do a small calculation of a inventory order quantity or economic order quantity with the example of, I will show you a small Excel sheet. With this, you will understand it. And please let me know whether you are able to see the Excel sheet once I am sharing it with you. Okay, just say yes or no when I am showing my Excel. Very very important. Please pay attention. Now, are you able to see the Excel sheet
No, sir.
now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Now, take your own time. Just read the one which is highlighted in yellow. Okay. So it is there is a small numerical example which I have taken. I will require another 20 minutes to solve this problem. Hope you will be there for another 20 minutes. Very important, because I can't stop in between. Okay, let's continue. Now, it is given that this is the data of a particular company, and just I have taken a tentative example. It is useful at this point to consider a numerical problem. So the demand for a particular item is 50 per week. एक पर्टिकुलर यूनिट का पर्टिकुलर commodity है, and the demand for that particular commodity is 50 units per week. Okay, you can see I used the formula. At the time of formula, I told A is equal to annual consumption, but the problem can be given in the form of week or month or something, or fortnight, like that. Let's see how to calculate. Number one. Number two is the order cost is $30 or 30 rupees in Indian terms. Now, what does it mean? If I am giving an order for order, then it is going to cost me per order 30. It is going to order is if I am placing an order, it is 30 per unit. Okay, just consider 30 per unit. 30 per unit. 30 per unit. Okay, this is number one. I'm just rewriting it per unit. And then I told you there are two costs which are primarily there, which have numerical or quantity which can be quantified, or which can be quantified, or which can be scaled. Like I told you, one is ordering cost. There are two costs. One is ordering cost which can be quantified, means उसको quantity measure कर सकता हूँ. Whereas कितना customers को lose कर रहा हूँ वो quantify नहीं कर सकता. I will not be able to quantify it. So there are two carrying costs. Two costs which are aligned with inventory. One is ordering cost and one is inventory carrying cost. Inventory carrying cost. So now what I am doing, this two, when I am adding this is one and this is two. When I am adding this three, I will come to know what is the total cost. What is the total cost? What is the total cost? So these three should be there in your Excel sheet. So that is what I have done. So look at these calculations, number one, carefully. So what I did, so you are able to understand up to this level?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Now
sir.
please pay attention. Very very important. Okay. Now this is the number of units I am ordering. This is the number of units I am ordering, or units ordered. Okay, if I am I am making a call to my vendor and telling that, okay, I am telling that send me an order, send me in a stroke, okay, I am giving an order of only of only 1 unit. So I told you the ordering cost is 1500. Please remember this figure. कभी भी मैं फोन करूंगा और मैं ऑर्डर रखूंगा. Again, I'm telling you, very, very important. This particular figure is very important. This particular figure I'm going to explain. I'm explaining. Just pay attention. If I make a call to my vendor and tell that supply me 1 unit of the raw material, so मैं फोन कॉल करूंगा तो इधर ऐसा बताया गया है एक फोन कॉल करने के पीछे 1500 रुपया का खर्चा होता है और मैंने कितना ऑर्डर मंगाया. आई हैव ऑर्डर्ड फॉर ओनली 1 unit. Now this is case 1. This is case 1. This is case 1. Now another case 2 is why should I order only one? I will do 2 units. I will order 2 units. I will order. So what will happen? Now एक बार मैंने फोन किया तो 1500 रुपया का खर्चा हुआ. तो 1 यूनिट के पीछे कितना खर्चा हुआ? 1500 डिवाइडेड बाय 1 यूनिट. But when I am ordering for 2 units, if I am making an order for 2 units, so 1 यूनिट के पीछे कितना खर्चा होगा? 1500 divided by 2 is equal to 750 rupees. This is the way the calculations are done. Number 3. Now, case 3, I am not ordering 1, neither 2, but I am ordering 3 units at a time. So the total cost is 1500 as already told. But how many I am ordering at a time? 3. So the cost per unit is, this is ordering cost per unit. This is ordering cost per unit. If you ordering cost per unit. So what has happened? The ordering cost is declining. अगर मैंने 4 दिया तो एक के पीछे कितना होगा? एक बार फोन किया, उसको फोन करके बोला, just I told him send me 4 units. So I have to pay for the telephone 1500 rupees. So 4 units I am asking him to send. So per unit, what is the ordering cost? So it is becoming 375. Now is case 4 is I'm ordering. Case 5 I'm ordering 5 units. The total cost per order is 1500. So एक यूनिट के पीछे कितना खर्चा हुआ? 1500 divided by 5 is equal to 100 rupees. So you can do like this, and I have found till like this. If you look carefully, and I have done something like this, and I found out that the ordering cost is going down every up to 446. I did just for randomly I have done. तो अभी मैंने 1500 divided by 446 यूनिट्स एक ही बार ऑर्डर किया तो ऑर्डरिंग कॉस्ट कितना हुआ? 1 यूनिट के पीछे 336. Then if I am calculating when I am ordering 426 units at a time, so the ordering cost is per unit is 3 rupees 52 paisa. So you can also do a mathematical calculation in case by using Excel. So this particular column is called as ordering cost per unit. This column is called as ordering cost per unit. Next one is, this is one cost, but I told you there are two costs. Carrying cost also. बोले तो इन्वेंट्री को खरीदने के लिए कौन से खर्चे होते हैं? एक तो आपका जो बेसिक प्राइस है, प्लस जीएसटी, प्लस इंश्योरेंस, प्लस ऑक्ट्रॉय, प्लस ट्रांसपोर्टेशन चार्जेस, फ्राइट चार्जेस, लोडिंग चार्जेस, अनलोडिंग चार्जेस, फिर स्टोरिंग चार्जेस, रेंट, सैलरीज, सो ऑन एंड सो, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी बिल ऑफ द गोडाउन. एंड इट इज फाउंड आउट दैट एक यूनिट को अगर खरीदना है, एक यूनिट को खरीदना है तो एक के पीछे कितना खर्चा होगा? 2-3 रुपया का खर्चा होगा. तो 2 खरीदना है तो होल्डिंग कॉस्ट कितना होगा? 6 रुपया. अगर 3 खरीदना है 3 into 3, क्यों बोले तो एक यूनिट के पीछे 3 रुपया का खर्चा हो रहा है. अगर मेरे को 4 खरीदना है 3 into 4, इफ आई वांट टू परचेस 5 into 3, so on and so forth. So what is this ordering cost? For the first case it is 1500 rupees, but the unit cost in the form of holding cost, holding or carrying cost is only 3 rupees. So as I am increasing the number of units, so here you look, if I am giving an order for 31 units, 31 into 3, the inventory calling cost is 93 rupees. So I have did it for all the cases up to 446. So in case of 446, So the ordering cost per unit is 3.36. But what has happened to the inventory holding cost is equal to 446. Now this is the inventory carrying cost or holding cost. So we have done these two. Now what should I find out? The total cost. The total cost is you multiply, you just add 1500 plus 3 is equal to 1503 per unit. For 1 unit, the cost is 1503. For 2 units, the cost is 756. For 3 units, the cost is 1509. So look carefully. Look carefully. I am going down, and per unit, somewhere it is changing. Somewhere it is every stage it is changing. And now one stage, what will happen? If you look carefully, I am dragging the cursor down. So at one stage, it is still decreasing. Now here, if you look at the 59th unit, if the 59th unit, what is happening? The up to this stage, the cost is 202 rupees. Okay. So next it is becoming 205, something like that. So here there is a cost like this, which is happening. There is a cost like this, which is happening. So you will come to know the total cost by just adding the inventory carrying cost and inventory holding cost. The inventory holding cost. Now you have to find out economic order quantity from the given data. I have to find out the economic order quantity from the given data. So I will just apply the formula. Now let's look at the just apply the formula. I will apply the formula. Just pay attention. Is equal to, the formula is square root of 2AO by C. If you remember well, it is 2AO by C. You remember? I think you remember it is 2 square root of A 2 under root 2AO by C, where A is equal to. Now I will do the calculations over that place. I will again share the PPT. Just pay attention. I will share the PPT and you just tell whether you are able to see the PPT, because in the PPT I will show you. Now, are you able to share the PPT?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
Now
sir.
I am applying the formula and let's calculate how much he has to see keep an order, give an order. Okay. The order is I am going to apply the formula. Okay. Now just a moment. You see?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let's calculate the economic order quantity. So the economic order quantity is given by the formula 2AO by C. So when you have a huge data, instead of calculating in Excel and find out the optimal quantity, you can just give an you use a formula for economic order quantity. So it is 2A, annual consumption. If you remember, it was how many units? 30 units, if I remember. Okay, 30 units per week into O. O is ordering cost, which is uh, we will take a small example. Okay, I will take a small example. So let's take a small example. With that, we will understand. Now let's take an example like this. Let's take a small example like this. Now, a inventory, annual inventory, with this formula, we will use it, and then I will go and show the graphical method of solving the problem. The annual inventory is 1600 units. Number one. Number two, the if you are placing an order, a single order, you are making a call, and the call will be costing you 50 rupees. Number one. Number two. Number three. Number three is the purchase of the raw material unit is ₹10. बोले तो अगर एक यूनिट अगर परचेस करना है तो कॉस्ट कितना होगा? ₹10 होगा. And it is told that the inventory carrying cost is expected to be ₹10 per unit. It is 10% per unit of the selling price. Oh, sorry, of the raw material cost per unit. Okay, let's apply the formula. So I'm just writing the formula to A, O by C is the formula. So plug in all the values. Plug in all the values. That is equal to 2 is the figure what I have taken. A is nothing but the annual requirement. Here it is given the annual requirement per unit is 1600. So multiply it with 1600. Number one, number two, number three is O. O is ordering cost. So you are placing an order. Per order it will cost you 50 rupees. It is given. So 50 rupees by C. C is I am separately calculating carrying cost per unit is equal to price into percentage. So price is if you want to purchase 1 unit of raw material, your cost it is costing you 10 rupees, and the inventory carrying cost it is told that it is 10 percentage. It is 1 rupee. Inventory carrying cost is rupees 1. तो अभी इधर कितना लिखना है नीचे 1 लिखना है. So here if you solve the problem it is 400 units. It is 400 units. So 2 into 1600 into 50 by 1 is, if you calculate, you will get an answer like this. Means what? Please remember, very, very important. Now I am telling you what is the importance of this 400 units. 400 units states that whenever you are ordering, you should not order anything which comes to your mind. You have to order 400 units. You have to order 400 units, number one. Number two is, now how many units are required for the whole year? 1600 units are required. So you have to order every time 400 units. Every time 400 units. 400 units and 400 units. So how many orders you have to give throughout the year? 1, 2, 3 and 4 orders, because 1600 units you have to order every time, for the whole year, and every time whenever you are placing an order you should place only 400 units. So for the whole year the number of orders is equal to 4. How did I get? Annual consumption by economic order quantity. The formula for number of orders you have to place, number of orders you have to give in the year is equal to annual consumption. I'm writing here annual consumption by EOQ, because this will help you to find out how many orders within which you are going to get your annual consumption. That is, annual consumption is 600 units, 1600 units by economic order quantity. Just now you have found it is 400 units. So 600 units divided by 400 units. So this is 4 orders you are placing per annum. तो फर्स्ट टाइम 400 आ गया, सेकंड टाइम 400 आ गया, थर्ड टाइम 400 आ गया, और फोर्थ टाइम भी 400 आ गया. This is the way you have to solve the problem. Now finally, hope you understood it. Finally I am showing a formula. The formula can be, see, the abbreviations or the annotations can be anything. For example, I am using the word 2AO by C, where A is the annual consumption, O is the ordering cost, and C is the inventory carrying cost per unit. But somebody can use something else. For example, this is 2UP by S, where the same meaning is there, the same formula, but just the alphabets are changed. U is usage, P is placing an order, and S is storing cost. But the formula is same, but only I have changed the authors are changing the alphabets to represent the annual consumption, to represent the cost of placing an order, to represent inventory carrying cost or inventory holding cost or inventory storage cost. So what is economic order quantity? Economic order quantity is nothing but इन दोनों को ऑप्टिमल करना है. आई टोल्ड यू इन द बिगिनिंग ऑल्सो, इन दोनों को ऑप्टिमल करना है. ये एक ही बार ज्यादा ऑर्डर दे दिया तो ये ज्यादा हो जाएगा, कम ऑर्डर दिया तो ये ज्यादा हो जाएगा. सो टू स्ट्राइक अ बैलेंस यू यूज दिस फॉर्मूला economic order quantity, and the formula is you can use in whatever way you want. AO by C is my way of representing the formula. Somebody else can represent something like this, somebody else can represent something else. So but the phenomenon is same. Now last point of the day before I end up, graphically it is shown like this. This is the quantity, x axis is quantity and y axis. So एक्सेल शीट में जो भी मैंने डेटा लिया था वो मैं अगर प्लग इन करूंगा, ग्राफ के ऊपर डालूंगा, दिस इज द कॉस्ट ऑन माई एक्सिस. जीरो के पास जब मैं ऑर्डर करूंगा, जीरो जीरो के पास जीरो ही ऑर्डर रहेगा, ऑर्डरिंग कॉस्ट. वन ऑर्डर करूंगा तो so ordering cost keeps on increasing, or this is the this is the ordering cost. The ordering cost will keep on decreasing because one unit के पास 1500 था, दो यूनिट्स के पास 750 था, तीन यूनिट्स के पास I got 500. So every time whenever I am increasing the number of units I am ordering, it is decreasing, and it is decreasing on a continuous on a trend like this. So the ordering cost is like this, it keeps on decreasing. Number one, two is inventory carrying cost. I told you for one unit 3 rupees, for two units it is 6 rupees, for three units it is 9 rupees, for four units it is 12 rupees. So it is increasing. So it is increasing. So this is increasing carrying cost, and then I am doing the total cost. So total cost will first, it will slowly decline like this, and then here it will come, and then it will shoot up. So this is the point which is giving you how much is the order you have to place. This is the economic order quantity. Hope you have understood. And still, if you have any doubts, tomorrow I am going to take up your doubts on this particular topic, and I will show you on the Excel sheet, because I wanted to show you the concept related to economic order quantity. I hope you have understood it. And if you have any doubts, I will take up your doubts. Just wait. Thank you so much. Just wait. Just wait. Wait.